All right, so welcome to the first session, the opening session for Praxis 2024. We've got 4 speakers this morning before morning tea. And our first speaker is the wonderful Kate Baltrotsky, member of our management committee, Faculty of Health, and her title is Will You Play With Me? How Playful Discipline Can Help Parents Manage Challenging Behaviour. Take it away.
Thanks, Craig. Hi, everyone. Oh, okay. Cool. Right. Yeah. Nice to see everybody this morning. My name is Kate Baltrotsky. I'm in the Faculty of Health, and I'm under the supervision of Professor Sandra Grace, Dr. Frances Doran, and Dr. Joanne Bradbury. And my presentation today is on playful discipline. And I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the Yugambeh country, the place where I live and study and work and play. Okay, so that's a picture of me and my son having a pillow fight. I'll get to that in a minute. So my research is in, parenting and playful discipline specifically. And I've done an evaluation of a parenting program. And I'm at the end, I joke around and say I'm a forever PhD student because I don't know how many years I've been in, 6 years or something. And so I've done 2 randomized controlled trials, and this is kind of an overview of what I've found. And I'm going to give you almost like a mini presentation of what we teach parents. So even if you don't have kids, I think you can still use these playful approaches in everyday life or in your relationships in general. So a little bit of background about parents and challenging behaviour. So in Australia, in 2018, the Royal Children's Hospital, Melbourne, they gave a survey to parents, and they found that 69% of Australian parents reported feeling stressed by their child's behaviour, and only 45% said that, and 45% said that they lacked confidence in managing challenging behaviour. So this is pre-COVID, by the way, and pre-financial, whatever we're in right now. So I'm guessing that these statistics have either stayed the same or gotten worse, maybe. So challenging behaviour is definitely a problem for parents. And where do parents get support for discipline? So discipline meaning, how do we manage this challenging behaviour? So parents get their information from friends and family, books, social media, websites, other professionals, and some parents do parenting programs. So how many? I don't know, millions of parents in Australia have participated in parenting programs to get help when they're struggling with challenging child behaviour. Any parents in the room struggle with challenging behaviour? Of all ages of children. So my research focuses on young children between 2 and 4 years old, but these approaches I'm going to talk about can be applied to any age, really. So the program that I've evaluated is called the Aware Parenting Program, and the 3 main aspects of the program are we teach the parents about being responsive, so attachment style parenting, non-punitive, meaning without punishment or reward system. And we teach parents to use playful discipline, specific techniques that they can use to help their child, cooperate. And we also focus on this idea that the driving force of undesirable behaviours come from an unmet need, either physical or emotional. And we also explain to parents how children have this inborn healing mechanism. This is something that really isn't talked about much, but that the functions of crying and raging and tantrums is really poorly understood in scientific literature. So we talk a bit about how that actually has a function for relieving stress and tension in young children and I guess people of all ages. So what we explain to parents, first off, is that all behaviour is communication, right? So it's in order to teach them this playful approach to discipline, we first have to explain to them, like, what is it? Why do kids act this way? Or why does anyone act this way? It's a communication. So why are they acting aggressive or having a tantrum or crying or lying or stealing or cheating or whatever? It's a communication, something. They're trying to express something that's going on. So they're not attention seeking. They're not, trying to be naughty or anything like that. So we come from it from that angle, that kids want to fit in, they want to do the right thing, they want to be part of society and, you know, contributing to the family or whatever environment they're in. So first we teach parents, before we get into the play, we teach them about understanding behavior. And number one, we teach them that behavior, any undesirable behaviors, a lot of times we just need to give that child some information. So, you know, you need to hold my hand when you cross the road. Don't pull your sister's hair because it hurts, or don't pull the dog's tail because that hurts. You know, stuff like that. But often parents get stuck here. I've told them a million times not to, I don't know, leave your socks on the floor, or something like that. And yet child keeps doing it. So then the next thing we teach parents, well, what's going on is that there could be an unmet need. And this could be either physical or emotional. So most of the time you tell a child a few times, I'm not talking about every child, but most kids, you give them the information and they kind of already know, but there's something that is stopping them from cooperating. So then we talk about this idea of unmet needs. So they could be tired, like a physical need, tired, hungry, thirsty, in pain. And that could be a reason why a child's, you know, not behaving the way you want them to do. And then an emotional unmet need is something that maybe gets overlooked. Maybe they want some closeness or connection, but they're not getting it. So then they act out, right? A lot of times parents get stuck in the physical needs as well. Oh, they're just tired. But then they take a nap and they wake up and they're still like cranky or whatever. So sometimes it's not the physical need. And then finally, we teach parents that sometimes a behavior is caused by painful feelings from the past or an accumulation of feelings. You know, maybe 10 things happened that day that upset the child, and then they get home and you cut the sandwich into triangles instead of squares, and they have a tantrum on the phone. You're like, what was that all about? Come on. It's that accumulation. So it may not be that small thing that happened. It could be, you know, this accumulation. So that's what we teach parents first. And then we explain to them that children have this mechanism where they're releasing that stress, and therefore they can behave better after they've released the stress. So this could be through crying, laughing, shaking, moving, raging, even yawning. And this is where we teach parents to kind of bring in this warmth and connection if the child is releasing these emotions, that if they have the capacity, right? So sometimes the parents can't actually listen to crying, and we definitely explain that. So it's not always a one size fits all for all the parents, but okay, so now we get to the fun stuff. We teach parents about 3 ways to elicit cooperation. The first one is giving information. So like I said before, they need to know what they need to do. Then we teach them about offering choices. Now someone said, oh, that's a really good trick in sales that they do. They give you a choice. But in the parenting program, we teach the parents that, you know, giving the child some autonomy, some power in their life. Children often feel so powerless in their lives, right? They don't get to make a lot of decisions. Even like, what are we doing today isn't even really up to them sometimes. So, you know, do you want to pasta or rice for dinner? That could be a choice. Do you want to go play at the park or go to the beach? Here, we have that option here. So just giving them some power can really help children feel like they want to cooperate. Then they're more willing to cooperate when they're given some choice. And then finally, we teach parents to make it playful. This is the fun stuff. So there are 3 types of play that we teach parents. Now, again, we don't teach the parents to use any rewards or punishments. It's just the play. It's like magic. Non-directive child-centered play. Any play therapy people in here? This play therapy is a little bit different, but very related. And then we teach them nonsense play and something called power reversal games. So non-directive child-centered play is a really long word. So we teach parents that this is just something we call present time, where the parent is present with the child, gives them the full attention. You can set a timer, because some parents don't really think, oh, I don't have time to do this. We'll just set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day, and it makes a huge difference. Let the child take the lead. Children might bring up past challenges. When children play, it is amazing to watch them. Has anyone experienced this? They bring things up from the day and you're like, whoa, okay. And they're just playing. So they really have this ability to get things out, offload through play. we tell parents to avoid making it educational. This is really hard for some parents. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to teach them how to hold a pencil right because they're holding it wrong. Like, just let them do what they want to do. During this time, you can, educate them later. So we really want to let them have the lead. And then we explain, what's allowed and what's not allowed. So this is me and my son. I don't know what we were doing. We were holding our noses and talking like this, really funny. And he just kept laughing and laughing because he was making me sound silly. So he thought this was hilarious. He could do something to mum to make her feel silly. So this type of play can bring more contentment and helps to reconnect after harsh discipline. Obviously we all have these moments. Every parent gets cranky sometimes. And it helps the child to become more willing to cooperate and also can bring up accumulation of feelings. So sometimes the play, the parent will start playing with the child and they're having a great time, and all of a sudden, okay, we got to stop playing, and the kid starts crying. And they're like, well, I just played with you for 10 minutes. Why are you crying now? It's because it's like they wanted to connect with you. They've made that connection and they're like, oh, I also have this. Will you take this for me? And then the tears come. So that's where the parent, if they have that capacity, they can listen. And it's pretty powerful. So present time, it's just 5 minutes of just being aware, being present with them. And it can make a big difference in that willingness, in their behavior. The second type of play is called nonsense play. And this is just silly, can be totally spontaneous. Just being funny and laughing. And this is great for creating connection, really good for releasing fear around expectations and mistakes, also releasing frustration around rules and helping children heal from fear. So some of the favorite games that I play for nonsense play are reading the wrong words to a book that they know well, and they will laugh so hard. You read the words wrong, they're like, no, it's not right. Or sing the words to a song that you know well and sing them wrong. And they just laugh. And if they ask you to do it again and again, that means it's working. It's really fun. Again, you can play this with adults as well. This is not just for children. Exaggeration games. I'm so good at putting on my socks, and you put them on your hand and they'll just laugh. Like, what goes in your foot? So yeah, this is just the spontaneous stuff. And when you create that connection with the child, they're more willing to cooperate. You don't have to do anything else. They already know, that they want to fit in, they want to cooperate. So you create the connection, then they do. Okay, swearing games are another favorite one. Say your kid comes home from school swearing, 2, 3-year-old, what do? Don't swear. Then they keep swearing, but you can play a game with them. Keep swearing. Okay, I'm going to say it louder than you this time, and you're yelling the F word as loud as you can. It sounds counterintuitive, I know, but if I let them swear, no, you're the safe space. The parent's the safe space. They're allowed to swear, and then it's kind of like magic. Then the kids don't say it outside. It's like they're allowed to do it in that safe space. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but it does work. Power reversal games are the final one, and this is about letting the child feel that sense of power. I'm playing a pillow fight with my son, and I was acting very weak, like, oh no, please don't knock me over. And he's hitting me with the pillow, and oh no, I mean, obviously there's rules, he can't hurt me, that kind of thing. This is really great for if a child's being aggressive and releases feelings of powerlessness or fear and frustration, and it's really great for reconnecting or repair. Some examples are, like I said, the pillow fight, the swing game. You put the child on the swing and you stand in front of it and say, don't you dare kick me. And of course, what are they going to try to do? They're going to try to kick you, and you tried to kick me, and they'll laugh so hard. So this is not about parenting reversal, by the way. This is a game. So this is, if you're familiar with that. And they'll know you're playing. They know it's a game, and they know that this won't apply later on. Magic wand game, if anyone watches Bluey, that's where the child has something. I'll show you what's this. Oh yeah, so like if you've seen Bluey, I think it's an asparagus wand, and they turn like chicken, and then they turn the parent into a chicken. Has anyone seen that episode? It's so funny. They're sitting at the table in Bluey, and the kids won't eat or something, and then they start playing this funny game, and then the kids eat. And this is what happens because they release that tension and that I've got power over, I can change mom into a chicken or a turkey or whatever. and they laugh and laugh, especially if you really exaggerate the play. The other one is role playing. We teach parents about the power of role playing. This is a photo I took of me playing with my kids at the very start of COVID, before everyone was wearing masks. That was a really weird thing. They were terrified, so we played, and they asked me to play doctor over and over and over again to make sense of what was going on. And then you could see the fear kind of was released. So. Whatever you say, whatever you do, don't. It's a really funny nonsense game. Whatever you do, when I turn around, you better not be standing up. Anyone want to play? I'm going to turn around. You better not be standing up when I turn around. I mean it. Oh, I cannot believe it. And they will laugh. Oh, and then you exaggerate. Thank you. You know that they know that you're playing. And then you do it. They'll say, do it again. And then you just keep going, and they just laugh. And that connection helps them later to cooperate. You know how you feel when you're connected to someone and they ask you to do something, you want to do it, right? If someone's like, go take out the trash, you're like, oh, no. But, you know, if you feel connected to them, hey, can you take out the trash? Okay. So, yeah, that's the difference. If they're still not cooperating, then we teach parents to offer a loving limit. And this is usually at the end of a play session. Like I said, sometimes they will release some big emotions. And this is, you know, you're saying no to the behavior. So no, I know we're playing, but you can't pull my hair. And they might start crying. And that's also part of this whole thing. Again, this is a very brief session. I'm done. But this, yeah, this can happen. So we've done the 2 randomized control trials and found some great things. This is a huge project. Increased parental efficacy, improved attachment style in the child, and parents had said that they had a better understanding of behavior, and they've accepted this type of discipline. They like it. So that's it. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. It's really good. Any questions from the audience for Kate? Yeah, Curtis.
Thank you. That was fabulous, and I think I healed some of my inner trauma, child trauma, because I understand myself better. I'm curious. References, sources for these plays.
Yeah.
You know, is that available somewhere?
Yeah. There's some great books. There's one called Attachment Play and Playful Parenting. I can give you I think I have one of the references there. Yeah. There's 2 great books. Yeah. That if you like reading books, or there's a lot of online programs you could do as well. I think the books are great because there's a psychologist that wrote them, and she really unpacks everything.
It's good to have it available right there if you need inspiration on how to play.
Just watch Bluey. Have you ever heard of Bluey, the TV show? You need to just watch it. It is full of these playful discipline ideas. I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's what we teach parents. It's amazing. Yeah.
So I had a question actually.
Yeah.
So you tested it and it's got good results and all that sort of stuff. So looking forward to actually rolling it out as a wider program. How would you do that? What would be the vehicle?
Well, see, this isn't my program that I developed. So I probably look at taking the playful discipline element and going to other big programs like Triple P, being like, hey, what do you think about this? Because they already have so much research. I'm not a big fan of Triple P, sorry if anyone. But, you know.
No, they were on the radio just the other day.
I know. I mean, I don't really feel like I own this, and nobody should own this. And I don't really want to, you know, I know what you mean though. Like, it's not like I'm going to make this a big, I might sell this little package like, here, I'll teach you how to do this. But yeah, I think it could be easily incorporated into any existing parenting programs. I know a lot of, it's like Circle of Security is an attachment-based program already. They are looking for discipline. I know that some of the instructors are like, we don't have a way to discipline kids without rewards and punishment. So this could be something that we could just,
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Any other questions for Kate? Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. It's not really a question, it's an observation, really, probably for your comment. As a piece of parenting, I taught my daughter something from a comedian in the UK called Derek Nimmo, which is the rudest word in the universe is district nurse. You must never say it.
Oh no, you must never say that word.
And I took her to a restaurant that we'd been for a muddy welly walk in an October day in the UK, and we got muddy, and her and a little friend, I think about 3 or 4, and they were muddy and skipped off to the bathroom and then came back. And it was quite a posh restaurant, and we stood out a little bit because we had muddy kids. And she turns around, and everybody's kind of looking our way because we've got the muddy kids. And she says, Daddy, you know the rudest word in the universe? I said, yeah. She said, you know it's district nurse? And I said, yeah. She said, is it ruder than fuck off?
That's awesome.
In front of the restaurant.
In front of the restaurant.
That is amazing. So you played a game that you were saying that district, no, oh, what was it? Oh, yeah. That does, yeah, it can happen. Could have been something else too, even, I don't know. But you can make up a word like, oh, the worst word is banana. Don't say whatever you do, don't say banana. You know, and then they laugh. Yeah, whoops.
Well, I think that's a wrap for Kate. So big hand for Kate. Thanks very much. I'm sure we wish you all great success in rolling it out.
Yeah.
Well, getting the thesis.
I hope this is my last praxis.
No. How's the thesis going?
Yeah, end of the year.